توحدت بعد انقسام، ونهضت بعد تعثر طويل لتصبح أكبر اقتصاد بين اقتصادات الاتحاد الأوروبي، وأقوى ماكينة صناعية في أوروبا، وأهم معقل للأبحاث والمشاريع الكبرى في التشييد والبناء والمال والأعمال والصحة والعلوم، إلى جانب الإرث الإنساني العريق في الأدب والفلسفة والفكر والثقافة. صعدت بسرعة وأصبحت قوة عالمية مؤثرة وحاضرة في كل الملفات المهمة، ونافست بثقافتها الثقافة الأنجلوساكسونية والفرانكوفونية لتصبح مراكزها الثقافية منتشرة في كثير من بلدان العالم. إنها ألمانيا، العلم والأدب والفن والتاريخ وسيمفونية أوروبا المتفردة.
My name is Dieter Lamle. I arrived in Saudi Arabia at the end of July, so I'm now 4 months here. I am a career diplomat since 33 years in German diplomacy. 2 weeks after arriving, my friends convinced me to go to the desert in this heat, to see the desert, to do what every Saudi is doing. He loves the desert, so we went there. And it was really a very, very amazing experience. And even now I have had the possibility to stay overnight in the desert with all the stars and the moon. And it was a gorgeous, wonderful experience. And I am really surprised by the very, very nice landscape. I have visited already Jeddah, I have visited Daman, I have visited Al Khubar, I have visited a lot of different cities. My wife this weekend was in Hail. And so we are moving around because my function and my understanding of my job is I'm not the ambassador to Riyadh, I am the ambassador to the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. So I have to see the provinces, I have to meet the people there. And speaking about people, the most nice and the nicest experience I have had is the hospitality of the people. It is so overwhelming. People invite me, and I have already a lot of Saudi friends only after four months. And this is so nice to be with them. They are open, they are interested. And my job consists in giving back their hospitality. This is my approach, just giving back this hospitality, which is really overwhelming. We are living here a transformation process, which is really, for me, it's the only country in the world who is having such a transformation process. Well, you have everything you need. Yeah, you have a Red Sea, where you can really make snorkeling, you can make sports, you can make a big hotel infrastructure project, and you have the Red Sea project already. But you have also in culture, you have a lot. Al Ula is the continuation, or the Petra in Jordania, and you have here even better than Jordania the possibilities to explore tourism. And so there's a lot of potential. Germany is ready there also to contribute by vocational training, because I think the training in the sector of hospitality is still is very important and still needed. We have more or less 2,000 German nationals in Saudi Arabia, most of them, of course, involved in business. Some of them also involved in universities, but most of them in business. And I'm meeting them regularly, and they are happy, and they are staying here in Saudi Arabia. They are here to stay, they are not here to leave. Of course, we have different approaches, sometimes in business, sometimes in culture, but this is normal if you live abroad, that you don't face, you face some differences. But on the general, because of this overwhelming hospitality, everybody is feeling very well. we had very important visits and meetings between the King and Angela Merkel, between the foreign minister and our foreign minister, and through the whole time. And what is very important is that we are both members of G20, that means of the 20 most important countries of the world, where we deal together and we tackle together the challenges, the modern challenges that we are facing today. For example, climate protection, energy transition, fight against international terrorism, which specifically after Afghanistan is getting a subject again. So this is where we are aiming at, and we can look in the future if we look back in our history, and it is very, very positive.
العلاقات الدبلوماسية بدأت أيام الملك عبد العزيز المؤسس رحمه الله عام 1929 ميلادية، أي قبل ما بين الحربين العالمية الأولى والثانية، حيث وقعت وثيقة صداقة بين البلدين ثم تبادل سفارات عن بعد. كان السفير الألماني في بغداد هو الذي يمثل المصالح الألمانية في المملكة العربية السعودية. انقطعت العلاقات مؤقتا بسبب الحرب العالمية الثانية، ثم استؤنفت بعد الحرب. أتوقع أنها كان ذلك في عام 1957 أو 58 أيام الملك سعود رحمه الله، وهو أول ملك سعودي زار جمهورية ألمانيا الاتحادية. على أيام الملك سعود كنت أحد المبتعثين لدراسة الطب، وكانت تسمى آنذاك ألمانيا الغربية. آنذاك ابتعث على أيام الملك سعود مئات الطلبة السعوديين لدراسة الطب والهندسة الميكانيكية والكيمياء بالذات تحديداً، لقوة الفكر الألماني في هذه المجالات، وعاد منهم الكثيرون وأسسوا حقيقة على الأقل في مجال الطب لما يسمى بتطبيقات الطب الحديثة في المملكة العربية السعودية. بالنسبة للمجالات التدريب المهني، حتى الآن هي الرائدة في مجال التدريب المهني. كانت ألمانيا الاتحادية وقد اتفق على التعاون بين الدولتين المملكة العربية السعودية والألمانيا الاتحادية عام 1958 أو 59، أيضا على أيام الملك سعود، حيث أنشئت المدارس الصناعية ثم المعاهد المهنية وأثثت، وبدأ التعليم المهني في المملكة العربية السعودية بإشراف متعاونين ألمان.
Well, as you mentioned, this cultural agreement is already from '87. We are now trying to negotiate a new one, more modern one with the government, and there we are still on going. But we have, for example, we have a German school, we have the Goethe-Institut, which is the Académie Française in Germany, and which provides two pillars: language, German language, where we will be training tour guides for the tourism in German. And the other pillar of the Goethe-Institut is projects. Then we have the German Archaeological Institute, who is very active. And there are a lot, and we have the German Academic Exchange Service. We have a lot of institutions already. But for me, institutions are important on the one hand. On the other hand, much more important are the people behind that. If they are active, something goes. If they are just staying here, then it is not moving so much. And I am happy to say that we have very active people at the moment working in the cultural field here in Saudi Arabia. So we are very well, but this cultural agreement, as I said, we are negotiating it's to modernize it a little bit, because it's quite old already.
المعلومات المهمة للتعرف على جمهورية ألمانيا الاتحادية الصديقة هي ما يختزنه المثقف المهتم بالنواحي الاجتماعية والفنية والاقتصادية والسياسية في كل دول العالم الصديقة وغير الصديقة. سوف نجد أن هؤلاء المثقفون يعرفون عن ألمانيا الاتحادية أنها هي القلب الجغرافي والصناعي والفكري والفني للقارة الأوروبية منذ القرن الخامس عشر أو الرابع عشر حتى. هي أولاً يعرفون عنها أنها هي بلد المفكرين والإصلاح البروتستانتي الذي قام به مارتن لوثر لإصلاح الفساد في الكنيسة الأوروبية في ذلك الحين، وحركته هي التي قادت إلى التطور الفكري والصناعي أولاً في أوروبا ثم في العالم كله. ويعرفون أيضاً أن أعمق وأعظم الفلاسفة العالميين خرجوا من الفكر الألماني مثل هيجل، كانت، نيتشه، هابرماس، دوركهايم وغيرهم. يعرفون أيضاً أن أعظم الموسيقيين في مستوى العالم في الموسيقى الكلاسيكية هم ألمان، مثل الموسيقار والملحن باخ، بيتهوفن، برامس وغيرهم كثيرون.
I want to make this house an open house for culture. So concerts, films, we are having one film evening every month already. We are starting now with a series. Every 2 months we will have a concert here, and not only classical music, but also jazz music. And I'm talking about locals. I'm not talking about bringing in German concerts. If this is possible, fine. But we want to promote local artists. We want young artists, pianists, or music groups to have a platform here and to show their skills. And this is my intention, to make this residence an open house for all the sectors. Everybody who wants to get in, for example, football. You know that you are having now a new female soccer national team. The trainer is Monika Stab, a German. She was here already. We had the players here. I'm going to visit them when they are training. Speaking about football, I think tomorrow I will go to the stadium to see the final in the UEFA Asian Cup. So all of this, sports, culture, politics, economics, and this residence and this embassy are focusing on that.
في فترتنا ورؤيتنا الحديثة في المملكة العربية السعودية، التعاون بين دولة متوثبة نحو التقنيات الحديثة والذكاء الاصطناعي مع دولة عريقة في الحضارة الصناعية والفكرية مثل ألمانيا الاتحادية هو على أشده، ونحن نشاهده في نيوم وفي مختلف المجالات الأخرى، ويعيد بالخير إن شاء الله.
Vision 2030 is a very ambitious project, and I always call it's a very, very big cake, and where there's enough for everybody. In business, we have already started also with a NEOM project, where we have a memorandum of understanding on hydrogen, which is very, very important, and where we are now just implementing the first phases, creating working groups and making hydrogen as the future of energy, or one of the futures of energy, diversifying from oil, diversifying from gas. But it's not only NEOM, it's Vision 2030 has so many different sectors. In every sector, German companies are already involved or trying to get in. And we have more or less 600 German business companies working in Saudi Arabia. Big ones. I just visited Siemens, Linde, ThyssenKrupp. They are all involved. You know, the German cars that are driving here. So we are involved, and we are happy to support Saudi Arabia in the implementation of 2030. What for me was very interesting, that Vision 2030 is also implementing the aspect of culture, in the area of culture, saying this is part of Vision 2030. And of course, Germany is a nation of culture, and we are trying now to intensify our cultural relations, but this will be also a very, very important point, specifically with the young Saudis, young artists that we are going to support. For example, a couple of weeks ago, I had an exhibition here of emerging Saudi young artists, and we gave them a platform on our social media. Then we make a reception here, and this was very well attended and very well perceived. And I'm trying, and I will continue on that on different areas, not only painting, not only arts, but also music, film, photos, etc.
بالنسبة للتعاون الفني، عقدت اتفاقيات كثيرة بيننا وبين ألمانيا الاتحادية، وخصوصاً على مستوى الرسمي وعلى مستوى التبادل الثقافي والعلمي والتقني بين الجامعات. هناك على الأقل 3 أو 4 جامعات سعودية ترتبط بعلاقات وثيقة علمية بحثية مع جامعات ألمانية، والتعاون مثمر ومستمر.
We appreciate very much the development of the role of the woman here in Saudi Arabia in the last years. This is the right step in the right direction, no doubt about that. And it's 50% of the population that are female. So they are now getting included in the working market. This is very, very, very important. Vision 2030 brings people together, makes people proud. So now the competition between male and female is good. Competition is always good, yeah? Of course, the creation of jobs is one of the challenging aspects of Vision 2030, where business companies have now to provide jobs, to give jobs to females and males. And this is going to be a challenge, but it is possible to tackle. I have the feeling that people are hungry. After COVID times, where everything was blocked and we had to stop everything, everybody had to stop everything. People are now really willing and want to go out again and to work with us together. And so my feeling is that the reaction is overwhelmingly positive. They accept what we are offering, and we are offering something for themselves. We are not saying, okay, here is now a German group, and you are there and we are here. No, we are trying to mingle, to cooperate together. For example, this young artists that were here 3 weeks ago, the next step is now to put the young artists together with Saudi experienced artists, just to make a workshop and a seminar, so that the young people can learn from the more experienced people how to become a famous actor or an artist or a painter. So these are the ideas that we are having, and the reaction is extremely positive. Before COVID, the embassy issued more or less 55,000 visas per year for Saudis. Now we have lifted the travel restrictions. You have lifted the travel restrictions. We are going back to normality. At the moment, we are more or less at 12,000 visa given to Saudi, provided to Saudis this year. Why are they going to Germany? Well, I can only guess, but I think it's business, it's tourism, it's medical reasons. A lot of them go to Germany to visit the hospitals. These are the main reasons, or to visit friends, because one of the immediate results of this hospitality is friendships. And then, of course, you have a German who left Saudi Arabia, who goes back to Germany, and then you visit your friend. And this is, I think, also very important, this bridge of friendship between the two countries.
بالنسبة للتعاون الاقتصادي، لا شك أن المملكة العربية السعودية ربما وبدون ادعاء كأقوى دولة اقتصادية، مركز اقتصادي في الشرق الأوسط، من الطبيعي أن يكون لها أوثق العلاقات مع قلب أوروبا الصناعي والفكري والمالي والاقتصادي، وهي ألمانيا الاتحادية. والتعاون مستمر ويتعمق أكثر فأكثر مع الرؤية السعودية الجديدة. بالطبع تبادل الزيارات الرسمية لا تقتصر على أن ملوك السعودية زاروا ألمانيا الاتحادية مرارا وتكرارا، أسجل في ذاكرتي على الأقل 10 زيارات لمستشارين ألمان، آخرها 3 زيارات للمستشارة أنجيلا ميركل، وكانت آخر زيارة لها أظن في العام الماضي للمملكة العربية السعودية، وسبق أن اجتمعت في نقاش اقتصادي وتعاوني مع خادم الحرمين الشريفين الملك سلمان بن عبد العزيز حفظه الله عام 1915 على هامش أحد الاجتماعات الاقتصادية العالمية.
Well, I think we have just to continue with our friendship. We have to intensify all the relations. We have to think positive. We have to think, yes, we can, and not let's stop by some question marks or some bureaucratic hurdles. And I think this is very important, that we continue the way with all the trust, the mutual trust, and this will lead to the implementation of 2030, to the fostering of our cultural relations, business relations, and of course also for our political relations. And for the German community, well, they know what I'm thinking. Everybody is happy and continue to be happy, and let's stay in Saudi Arabia and let's go for it.